Welcome to Trisha Lemon's videos on dreams of the feminine awakening. If you have been following some of my previous dreams, I think you'll probably get an idea now that what I'm doing is sharing with you my dream journey through 4 years of Kundalini awakening. Each dream to me feels like it's giving me a deeper message or taking my psyche to a deeper place. So if you are on a spiritual journey, or you're just beginning it, or trying to fathom out where you are on your own spiritual journey, these dreams may help you get some clarity on that. So let's just start off today. My dream I have called Cosmic Singing, and I'm just going to refer to my notes again because the symbolism to me is very important, and let's just move on to there then. So it's called Cosmic Singing. In this dream, I am singing in the most beautiful voice. My voice is pure and it's delightful, and I have to say, in real life, with a deep voice like this, I cannot normally sing. So in this dream, my voice is just so pure. And this deep feeling of purity and beauty really resonates, not so much as symbolism, but actually resonates in me as a human being. So there's a real strong ephemeral feeling within the dream. And in this dream, as I said, I am singing, and the song I am singing is a couple of lines about the moons and the stars. And these are the lyrics from The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. And if you want to know this song, you can just, check it out on YouTube. You might get a sense of some of the feeling or the lyrics from the song that I was experiencing in the dream. Also in the dream, I am playing a harp, and I actually cannot play a single musical instrument. So these symbols and these feelings, particularly because it's around music, are very deep, and they resonate very deeply with me in the dream. I'd like to try and do a couple of reflections again. So what was really clear in the dream was this depth of beauty within the song, and the beauty is so deep. It's much deeper than the kind of beauty you might experience from the ego when you say, oh, that's beautiful, or oh, that's pretty. This is beauty that resonates at a very different level, at a very deep level. Perhaps it's a truer understanding of the word beauty. I think sometimes we hear words, don't we, truth and beauty. And I sense this as being part of my cosmic self, or my cosmic self coming into consciousness for me. And after the dream I finished, I had this, I woke up and I felt this real deep inner pain within me. I really was hurting deeply emotionally. Because it was, how can I feel that much depth of love and purity in a dream and never feel it in my everyday, I suppose for want of a better word, egoic life? I've never felt that kind of depth for anything in a real life, and it really left me resonating with the loneliness I felt as a human being, or feeling totally alienated in a world that's actually got millions of people in it. Yet I felt so lonely and so isolated. And it really bothered me. I ended up in tears and crying for quite a long time, wondering what had happened to my life, that this inner and outer just do not match. This sense of my egoic self cannot feel or resonate at that same level, yet within a dream those feelings were just so powerful. And in some way I felt very robbed. I guess I felt robbed because I felt the patriarchy had robbed me of something much deeper within myself. But at the same time, perhaps because this is quite some years ago, I was beginning to wake up and been able to resonate at that level because of the Kundalini awakening, where I could feel those feelings and experience those feelings. But at that time, they did often overwhelm me. It's like my ego couldn't cope with that depth of love or purity or beauty. And some of that has actually really shifted now, but at that time it did feel like the ego felt very challenged, and emotionally it was very upsetting. So when I look back at that, I think that was something around the moon and the stars, which is around the moon, the feminine energy, and the stars, the masculine energy, beginning to come together. And also what happened after that dream, which was quite interesting, because I think this is a part of my cosmic self waking up. For many months, many months, I kept having this really powerful feeling of wanting to go home. And sometimes, again, it overwhelmed me because I just did not know where this home was. It just didn't seem to exist anywhere where it was a home, as in you would ground your feet there. It just, this strong, powerful, ephemeral feeling just kept coming and coming, like almost like there was a portal that I needed to step through to take me to another place. And that, as I said, that went on for a long time. But eventually, something happened, a big shift happened to me. And one day I was travelling. I used to do a lot of travelling in my camper and just go off to really quiet places and just, let this spiritual awakening unfold. And I was up in the Pyrenees in a monastery, and I was sat outside. And I just sat there and I was so still, my body just did not want to move. And all of a sudden I could just hear this sound, this pure sound, a similar feeling that I'd had in that dream. And it was the purest of sounds, and I just sat there and I could just hear it washing over me. It was just beautiful. I never heard it before. And I just sat there and then I realised what I was hearing was the purity of sound. It was the Om of the universe. And I sat there and I felt, I have come home. This is home. Universe is the home. But this Om was absolutely beautiful, and it had, when I sat there and I listened to it and thought about it later on, I sensed there was no resonance. It didn't resonate as a normal sound would echo or resonate off another sound. This was pure. It was the purest sound I'd ever heard in my life. And I recognised that as being the sound of the universe. And several months later after that, again, I was just, going through YouTube, and I like to go and read and look at things. And I just came across this video of Buddhist monks sat there actually chanting Om. And I thought, that was the sound. It was that sound. It was the sound of the universe. And it was the most amazing thing that I'd ever heard. And I guess looking back, that was me arriving into my cosmic self, the cosmic Trisha, where everything is pure and sound is pure. So although the dream was quite a small dream, the follow-up from it and what happened afterwards was very significant, and it seemed to be that it was wanting to take me back to the universe, the place we do all remember. There's a part of us that remembers we come from the universe, and we are the universe, and we are pure. How anybody else gets to that place, I don't know, but that was part of my journey. Some of the things that you may feel yourself, little indicators that suggesting that you are on that journey, could be around if you get feelings around you want to go to another place, like you feel you don't belong here anymore. That is a sense of wanting to go home. And sometimes they're just little voices in your mind, and you don't understand them, but you're not meant to understand them, because it is a very ephemeral feeling. Sometimes when I speak to people, they say there is another world, or there is another afterlife, there is something else beyond this. And there is something else beyond this, but it's not somewhere you're going to disappear to. It's somewhere, as in your cosmic self. It's where you've always been. It's where you've always come from. It's just, how do you resonate at a level that allows you to experience that cosmic self? And that's part of the spiritual journey again. Sometimes, I know a lot of people say they feel lost in the world, or feel very lonely. There can be millions of people on this planet, but they feel lost, or there's something missing. or someone missing. And again, that's a feeling that that deeper part of yourself, your cosmic self, has not come into embodiment into your life yet. But that feeling is real, and sometimes to the ego it can feel very frightening, because you like, why am I not satisfied with my life, and I've got all this, but yeah, I feel something's missing, and it is the cosmic self. So if you feel those things, sit with them and listen to them, and see what they're trying to show you, or just sit in silence, which really is probably where I'd like to leave this particular video, because one of the things you may yearn for, or you may be very frightened of, or your ego is frightened of, is silence, and is solitude, and is being quiet and being on your own. And it's only when your ego can not feel frightened of silence and solitude, that you may actually start dropping into some of those energies. But the ego will resist it, because the ego only likes action and activity, and generally speaking does not like sitting in silence. So that's this video. I hope you've learnt something about yourself in there and enjoyed my little journey. Some of it was very beautiful, and some of it has been, as I said, to the ego, very challenging. Speak to you soon. Bye.